Sam Harris, welcome to Point of Inquiry.
Thank you, DJ. It's a pleasure to be here, and I just want to say I'm really happy you guys are doing this series of podcasts. It's great to see a forum where people can have a serious conversation about these issues.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks again for being on the show. Sam, in your book, you argue that religion causes, in general, more harm than good in our society. Yet from a lot of places, we hear arguments for religious tolerance, that we should be more understanding of religion, more tolerant of it, show it even more patience than we already do. Do you really think that secular, skeptical people should be more intolerant of religion?
Yeah, I do. I think we should be clear about what intolerance can mean, because I do not mean that we should be intolerant in the sense that the Stalinists were intolerant, sending people to the gulag. I don't believe we should pass laws against religious belief. I don't think there's really any intolerance necessary beyond the intolerance we show to irrationality in every other area of our lives. We haven't passed laws against believing that Elvis is still alive, or believing that aliens are abducting ranchers and molesting them. Well, when someone claims to be sure that Elvis is still alive, for instance, that claim is met with chuckles and derision and the whole armamentarium of conversational pressure that really excludes a person making that claim from holding positions of responsibility in our society. That's a good thing. That's the way it should be, and yet there's no formal mechanism for this. It's just what I call conversational intolerance.
And you think that we should have more conversational intolerance or intellectual intolerance for religious belief. You kind of equate at some points religious belief with being insane. But isn't the difference between believing in God or believing, that there's a 300-pound Easter bunny in your backyard, isn't the difference that we have an explanation for religious beliefs, that we're inculcated culturally in these beliefs, and that it's not the same as being insane? In the case of insane people, we have no other explanation than that their mind, has somehow gone wrong. And we don't say that just because you believe in God, it's a function of insanity.
Right. Yeah, that really is a function of how many people subscribe to these beliefs and the taboo in the culture around criticizing these beliefs. What I say in my book at one point is that religion allows people by the millions to believe things that only a crazy person could believe on his own. So I agree with you that religious people do not tend to be insane. They tend to actually be as sane as anyone else. But if anyone woke up tomorrow morning thinking that a cracker turned into the body of Jesus if he said the right Latin words over it, and he was the first person to think this, he didn't have millions of other Catholics supporting him in this idea, that would be a belief that would be synonymous with schizophrenia, very likely. And so I think the thing to point out is that we have beliefs that are every bit as crazy and unsupportable as they would be in the minds of lunatics, and they are massively well subscribed in our culture because we have created this system of inheritance and no cultural pressure to resist this inheritance, and so we have every person on mommy's knee getting part of their worldview deranged by the myths of our ancestors.